guys, I'm here for one more book review because I just can't wait, but I just read the best thing ever and I can't believe it took me so long to get into this because I would have been into the story and the characters a lot quicker if I didn't keep putting it off. But the book is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I can't. This is amazing, and I just so glad, like, everyone was hyping this up so much and I was so like, yeah, I'm so ready for this, and then it was like even better than the hype. It's better than the hype, and these characters are just amazing and the plot's amazing, and just, oh my god, I love it so much, and I really want to read the second book now, and I'm actually going to read it soon, this month. I read this book as a buddy read. I've sort of made like a little book club with a few of my friends. Two friends are Jacqueline and Sarah, and we read this together, but we've been a bit like on and off about it because I had to go away and I was sick and I didn't have that much time, so we discussed the first bit and then we decided all just to read the book and discuss it later, so we'll have a big discussion about how amazing this is. I can't wait, but I was so glad to read this with them. We're actually going to read Crooked Kingdoms this month all together, so I'm really excited because I don't want to wait to read the sequel. It's like, it was so good. I can't wait to get into it, and I'm going to put spoilers into this video now, so you better leave because you don't want to see the spoilers, because I mean, this book's so old, so probably you already all know, but just if you haven't read it, go away, but no, you have to read it. Or if you don't, I'll find you and I'll like give you a copy of the book, and you know. But anyway, guys, I am going to talk about spoilers now, so go away if you haven't read it. Oh my god, I absolutely loved this. Everything about it was perfect, and I'm just like, ugh. It's just, oh, I can't even. It's so a good story, and I love that it's so character driven. Like, yes, the plot of the heist and the elements of anxiety of are they gonna make it or are they not, and all the reveals and everything was amazing, but the characters is what really got me obsessed with the book. I didn't expect to love them as much as I did, and I also didn't expect to love them all as much. Like, I literally, there's not even one that I love more. Like, maybe Nina a little bit more, but seriously, there is just so many great people and they're all amazing characters, and I just, ooh, I can't. I love them so much, and we're going to talk about them. So we'll start with Kaz, who is epic, and I can't believe he's only 17. Like, how the hell does this guy do all this stuff when he's 17? Like, I can't even properly cook soup and I'm 19, and he's able to like do all this stuff, and I'm like, what even? What even? But I love him so much. He's such a great mastermind, and he's able to get out of like so many situations, and he's great with locks, and he has so many plans, and he's like, he's one of those characters where it's like, you think everything's doomed, and he's like, oh, I've got all these secret plans that you didn't know about, and I'm just like, it's just, I love him so much, and oh my god, he's just creepy and like monstrous and evil, and I love it. I love too what all the characters is that they have like such different stories, and they all have like a tragic background that they have to deal with, and then they have their lives now, but they're all different and they all have a different voice, and no one really is any like, you know, like they don't blur together. They're all different. And like with Kaz's backstory, it's so sad that, you know, his father died, and Kaz and his brother Geordie, they had to go into the city in Kettle Dam and had to try and live and survive, and then they got conned, and then they got sick, and Geordie died, and then Kaz started having this real like repulsion and phobia against touching skin because he had to swim on his dead brother's body to make it back to land because he was in this barge of dead people, and like, I can't even. And then he broke his leg, and now he has this limp, but he's like so much better than so many people, and he has a broken leg and he's so much better than them, and I just, he's so smart and ruthless, and I just can't. I loved Kaz so much. Nej is awesome. Like, she is the Wraith, and I thought that she was gonna have like powers or something from the Grisha, and it was really shocked when it didn't happen, but she can like scale things, and she was like an acrobat in her life, and then I was so sad for her too that she got kidnapped from her family and then got into a prostitute house and did have to sleep with all the men, and then Kaz got her out, and just, oh, I love it too. And it's so sad because it's like she doesn't want people touching her either, so their relationship is so different and interesting, and I'll get into that later, but I seriously just love Inej so much, and she's so strong and funny as well, and she like gets through so many situations, and she has so much like pride, and like the way that she really loves her gods and saints, and her knives are adorable, and I just, she's so amazing, and I love her. Nina is my favorite. I have to say, I mean, I love them all, but I just, something about Nina that I really love, and she is a heartrender or a Cora Pla. It's like, there's so many, oh god, my like book is like so like falling out everywhere, and I'm just like, what even? She's a heartrender. What is she a part of in the Second Army? I don't even know. I'm waiting for it. Oh my god. Abbeyleec. I'm not going to be able to pronounce like most of these things, but we'll get on with it. But I love her so much, and like her backstory is sad too, because she was in the Second Army, and like she was there when a big battle happened with the Darklink, and she got kidnapped by Matthias is how you say his name, I don't know, this like it's so hard. And then she lived with him for a while, and then she got out, and then she was like, because she has the ability to do things, she was like working at one of the prostitute houses, but she wasn't actually sleeping with people, but she was like putting memories in the mind, and all she's been doing for like her whole time in Kettle Dam is trying to get to Matthias and get him out of prison. She's so cool and snarky and just like really ruffles Matthias's feathers, and I love it. And like her love of food is the best thing ever. Like I love that scene at the beginning where she's eating something and Kaz is like, you've got crumbs in your cleavage, and she's like, I don't care. And I'm just like, girl, you're my favorite. And I love her so much, and oh, she's just such a great character. And like at the end when she sacrificed herself, and now it's like, is she gonna die because she's on the parfum stuff that's getting everyone, and like Matthias cares so much, and I'm just like, I don't want her to die because I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. I don't want it to happen. I don't want it. It's like Yin Fen, man. I can't handle it. Matthias I liked, but he's such a brute, and it's like so interesting with his character too, because it's like with Nina he is like, he's like been raised like he's a Favasian, he's a thing, one of the people living in the ice court dudes, and he's like a big warrior guy, and his role is to get Grecius and like practically kill them. So him having feelings for Nina is so interesting, because it's like everything he ever knows or thinks is getting flipped around by these feelings, and then actually finding out that his people aren't the best people, and just having that like big journey for him of discovering that everything isn't as it seems, and he's got to make his own decisions, and he did make good decisions. Most of the book I was worried that he was going to betray people and like kill them or everything, and he was going to kill Nina, and I was just so not keen for it. And then when he actually seemed like he was going to betray Nina, I was just like, no, I was so not keen. I was like, what are you doing? And then when he like came in there and like swore fealty to her, I was like, you good guy, you failed, and you lied to me, and you're freaking me out. And I was freaking out so much, and like when he got shot I was so scared, and then the next sentence was like, oh, the bullet's out and he's fine, and I'm like, what? Oh, Matthias is just such a brute, and I love him. Jesper, I think that's how, it's not Jasper, is it? It's Jesper, or is it Jasper? I'm gonna say Jesper. He was such a cool character, and I like this whole idea that he really can't walk away from a fight or a bargain or a game of cards, and he's a really great sharpshooter. Like sharpshooters are really awesome, and he had like, I've seen a lot of stories and like stuff about the later book and everything, so I know that he is gay, but I'd probably say he's more bi. But it's like, I love that he's got this crush on Kaz, and then he's got Waylon, and I'm just like, guys, get together because it needs to happen. But I just love that he's so funny too. Like he's the comedic relief of the story, so it's not too serious, because it feels like a very adult book, and they're all like 12, like what even, like they're like, Matthias is 18, and then Kaz is 17. I feel like Jesper's probably 17, and the rest is 16, and I'm just like, how are a bunch of kids doing this? But they do it. They got through the heist, and I was like, didn't think it was gonna happen, but I really did like Jesper, and he was an interesting character. And for him being a fabricator, I did not see that coming. I was like, there's another Grisha, and I just hope that he might have like a really good developing story of him getting better with his powers and finding out how to use them and just all that stuff. But I'm like, yeah, happen. Waylon is just precious. That's just, he's a precious symbol. I love him so much, and he's just, I love that he blows things up, and he's so smart really. And like having at the end, like with his father, like because he's like, he lived with his like this guy that he, like his father, who was like a real good tough guy, and then it's like he like his father, like he was saying that he kind of left, and then his father was writing him notes and being all like, I hate his father, he's such a douche. And then Waylon being there like, I had to leave because he sucks, and then at the end you find out that the father's so rude and hates his son because he can't read. And I'm just like, is Waylon dyslexic? Is that what it's like kind of seen as? And I was so like, ugh, because we never got a point of view from him. Like everyone else got great point of views, and there were so many, and we never got his point of view. So he was a bit in the background, but he's still adorable, and I just want him and Jesper to get together. And it's just like, needed to happen. Now that we've talked about them all individually, we're going to talk about the relationships, because I'm like, got so many ships happening, and I love them all. Kaz and Inej has to happen. Like seriously, it's so adorable, just the fact that Kaz doesn't, like, even though he has this real big repulsion to people touching him, there's been moments where Inej has touched him, and he's kind of been like I can't. But it's like he kind of lets it happen because he like, it's the desire for him in a sense. Like he feels so like, ugh. But it's kind of like, I really want you to touch me, but like I can't. Like the scene and they're in the bandwagon and all the change and he was freaking out and then he just fainted and Inej's there and I'm just like, oh my God, Kaz, I was freaking out for him because it's like all those people are touching him and he's freaking out and I'm freaking out and I'm just like not keen for that. But I just think their relationship is going to be a very slow build and it's not like they're suddenly going to have sex and be touching. Like they're going to need a lot of time, but just to be able to admit to themselves that they do like each other. Like for Kaz, when he was just like, I want you, Inej, and she's like, what, Kaz, how do you want me? And then it's like, Kaz Brecker, I'll have you without armor, I won't have you at all. And I'm just like, dead, dead, dead. I need it. And at the end where he's like, I'm going to go get my girl. And I'm like, and I need Inej to really say that she loves him or something. Like you can tell that she just needs a bit more from Kaz, or at least something to like solidify his want for her. But like, I just love it so much and I can't. Their relationship is just the best thing ever and I'm so shipping it, so wanting it to happen even more. Nina and Matthias is probably the most solid relationship because everyone else is still like not happened, but I love that they have like prior connections, so they've known each other for a little while. Like they were together for 3 weeks and then he went to jail for over a year and then they got back together and he's like, I want to kill this bitch. But when the boat crashed and she saved him and they saved each other, and that first night in the cabin when she stripped off and he's just like, what are you doing? And she's just like, what? Is this wrong for you? Are you a prude? And I'm just like, I love it so much. And when they were lying in the bed and I was just like, yes, I love it so much. And then they were together and he's just so like, I'm meant to find a good virgin wife and there's no desire. It's just, my wife and have the babies and look at you. And like whenever she was wearing that revealing dress and the heist and he's just like, I don't see your boobs right now or that you're naked. But like he's so adorable in that sense that like she's so sassy and like that kind of person that doesn't care if people see her body, and then he's kind of like But I really love the relationship at the end when he swore the fealty and I'm like, I can't, I'm so keen. And then when she's dying and he's sitting with her and then she's like, if I survive this I'm going to kiss you until you're unconscious, and he's like, yeah. And I'm just like, I'm so keen for it, so keen, so keen. And Jesper and Waylon, it's just adorable, like it needs to happen. I love them so much. And I do feel like Waylon is gay, but I feel like Jesper is like probably more bi maybe, because he does talk about girls sometimes. But like the scene when it's like, oh, if only you could use equations to talk to girls, and Waylon's like, oh, only girls, and it's like, not only girls. And I'm just like, yes, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And I'm so keen. Oh my God, I'm just so glad I finally read this book. They're all adorable, they're great characters, character-driven book, and just a great plot that kept me on the edge of my seat. And at the end I was like, they're gonna Inej, I'm not keen, Kaz's gonna go get his girl, everyone's gonna be fine, hopefully Nina's fine, hopefully everyone's fine, and they all get him in love, and I'm just like, I'm not keen, but I'm excited. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this book review and I'll see you guys later. Bye!